Okay, Doom, you're gone again. That's it. I'm so sick of you anyway.
Oh, well. You know, it's coincidental. I was just talking about how everybody has, the other day, not just what I was saying. The other day, I was just talking about how everyone has a podcast. Everyone's new 15 minutes of fame is a fucking podcast. And 99.9% of them are pieces of shit. They suck. They're not entertaining. I called it, I think accurately, I've called it digital panhandling. This is groveling. It's begging. It's no different than when you walk down the street in New York City and see a bum sitting on the sidewalk with a sign and a plate, and they just want you to give them money. They're begging. What are they offering you? Nothing. Maybe they can't offer you anything. I don't know. I've seen some people in Times Square. They hit a spackle bucket, play a little tune. They jump around and do flips, or they're dressed like Elmo. A number of other things. The naked cowboy, the disgusting naked cowgirl, Sandy Kane. They're giving you something, whether you want it or not. Whether it's good, whether you're averting your eyes, like in the case of Sandy Kane, is a whole nother story. But they're giving something in return of your charity, your donation, whatever you want to call it. The bum, the panhandler, is just sitting there. And by their very nature of being a lazy bum or a mental patient, that's all they're doing. And they expect you to throw money at them for just that. Well, podcasting has become that. Digital panhandling. Digital bums sitting there, doing nothing, supplying nothing, giving you nothing, and just expecting you to deal out your little super chat change. Here you go, old timer. Hit the road was the old statement. Could you spare a dime for a fellow American who's down on his luck? Hit the road. Remember that, Bugs Bunny? Instead of the stick with the bandana with his some of his goods in it, it's a computer and a camera. That's all you need, right? And instead of that little jingle of change in their cup, it's a super chat. But you're still a fucking bum. You're a bum, Jules, because without a job or money, you're just like them, a bum. I just wander to earth, like Kung Fu, like Kane and Kung Fu. Now you're a bum. And that's the majority of podcasts. There are people, in the circles I watch of this, there are people that do contribute. They write topics, interesting stuff. They cut video. They play a video clip, comment on it. There are funny people in their circles that make you laugh. And it's an entertaining show. A couple of great examples. Shuli. Shuli has a couple of really funny shows out there. Obviously, the Stuttering John thing, that never ends, and it's hilarious. I am involved with that. I apologized last night. I missed my commitment to do Shuli's show last night. I felt really bad about it. I got a text from Shuli that he was sending over the link that I could go on for Uncle Rico. And I was sitting at the bar in the restaurant waiting to get a seat. And I'm like, fuck, man, I'm sorry. I missed it. And I had, been plugging it as kind of a jab at stupid Kevin Brennan, who said I won't be able to do Shuli's show anymore. Won't be able to do the show because he does it Sunday. But of course I'll do Shuli's show. Just stop. But yeah, I missed it last night. I completely forgot. I thought it was Friday, and then I remembered it was Wednesday, and just a mess. So Shuli's shows, Trainables and Uncle Rico, Blunder Years, the names alone are fucking hilarious. They work. They're providing something. If they were just sitting there, staring at the feed, waiting for super chats to come in, it would be like, you're a bum. You're a bum. There's segments during the show where, of course, you're going to read the comments for people that are giving you super chats. And even that is presented in an entertaining way. You're not just reading a fucking ledger. It's like you're sitting there reading a tax document, your yearly tax form, some of these people. So that's great. And who are these podcasts? Of course, Carl and Company. Carl has great guests. He just does a critique of podcasts. Oh, it's not his own material. He's using other people's podcasts. His own material is the fact that you can't just sit there and play someone else's shit with yourself in the corner and just, oh, look at this idiot. That doesn't work. See, there's a way you do it. There's something you're supplying in that format, and they do it very well. And when people decide to show their appreciation through giving them money, whether it's super chats, if they're on that platform, or Patreon, or what have you, it's because they are getting something in return. The vast majority of everyone else are bums, digital bums. And, it's Brennan, obviously. I still, I'm not one of these people that say, I don't watch, I don't listen. I think that's such a ridiculous cop-out, phony thing to say. Oh, him? I don't even know what he does. I don't watch it. What's his name? I've never heard it. Bullshit. First of all, bullshit. Secondly, why would I say I don't? I watch all those guys. Not every show, but enough to know what's going on. And from what I've seen, Kevin has just spiraled down into this pit of self-destructive weirdness. It's just, I don't know what it is. Turn on the camera, turn on the chat, and just melt down. Which I will say, in a way, is entertaining in and of itself, but I don't know if that's his goal. I think he thinks he's providing something there besides that. But it's digital panhandling. He should have an old, broken, dusty fedora and a little piece of cigar. Can you help out a guy who's down on his luck? I'm down on my luck. Opie? I don't know what that is. If he's not talking about me, he's not getting anything. So he just tries to keep this thing ball rolling, especially lately. And like right now, I'm mentioning his name, I'm talking about him, but I don't sit there and tag my videos with the name and put up little captions like, oh, Anthony again. Oh, the Opie and Anthony saga continues. When Opie talks, he writes up his synopsis of a video like there's a third person there, like someone else wrote it. He's writing it. Listen to Opie as he discusses Anthony. And yeah, I'll address Opie when it comes up, but to just depend on Opie for views, for content, I got plenty. There are plenty of things to talk about. I do it every day, and I don't mention him. But I'm talking about digital bums digital beggars and digital panhandlers today. So he has to come up in that. The mud shark, I guess. But again, what is that? Steel toe? I don't even really have a problem with steel toe. It's like tepid water. I don't have a problem with it. It just doesn't interest me. But that's digital begging. What are you giving your audience besides you screaming at the chat, squinting at the chat for the next super chat to come up, or the next comment that you don't like or do like, and just yelling about it? I don't know. Am I wrong here? Is that somehow entertaining and people want to pay money to see that or hear that? But it's begging. And people just keep buying microphones and cameras and computers, and that deciding that's the only prerequisite to being a broadcaster. Like when trolls put comments in super chats that are completely false, and then the people go, the host, the panhandler, the digital bum, goes nuts about it because they see it and think that's the truth. If I beat Kevin Brennan in super chats, that's all I want to do. Not even trying. So just look, I'm not begging. I'm not a digital panhandler. I'm going to give you something. I'm talking to you. I'm going to take your questions and answer them. I'm going to play some PGA 2K25 golf. But if you feel so inclined, no forcing, and you want to send a super chat, as long as we can just beat that shithead Kevin Brennan, I'm all good. Everyone's new 15 minutes of fame is a podcast.
Oh yeah, that's new. That's just now been happening. Now that this man's been on the fucking radio for a week, and he's like, yeah, these people with podcasts. He's been doing nothing but podcasting he was podcasting when he was still on the air with Opie and Anthony.
Yes, and 99.9% of them are pieces of shit. They suck.
What?
They're not entertaining.
Anyway, welcome to the Anthony Cumia show.
Yeah, that's his fault.
Over here on censored.tv, previously Compound Media, which fucking failed because it was filled with garbage, literally Who podcasts.
Oh, yeah. I called it, I think accurately, I've called it digital panhandling. This is
Oh, man. Next he's going to call them e-waitresses.
Now, I don't know when this clip happened, but I didn't see it until yesterday. The day before yesterday, we did an episode talking about, of course, digital litter. And it's funny because somebody in the comments got mad saying, I can't believe this guy is claiming he invented the phrase digital litter. And I didn't claim that, by the way, but I did say that I said it 6 years before certain other people started saying it. Certain other people who are watching.
Yeah.
They're
We're
watching,
part of a tribe.
Yes. Who are watching every episode of Pod Awful. And I know they're watching because they tell me they are. And I don't think I coined the I'm sure somebody managed to put those two words together before me. But I can't find any proof. I would love to see some proof. I can't find it. Now, here's the thing. Have I ever said digital panhandler before? I'm not 100% sure. Let me just keep watching this for a second.
Who said that term?
Mersh has to really gather himself. Hang on a second. He fell asleep. Mersh, wake up!
I'm going to start copywriting and trademarking things before I say them.
Are you going to do it?
Know how to.
Are you going to do it the way I do it, which is by taking someone else's copyright and just saying it's mine now and then selling T-shirts with throat goat on it? Because I'm not sure that you're allowed to just do that. How are you going to copyright these things, Mersh? Traveling time? Does Mersh have access to a time machine? And if so, why is he poor?
on my show.
I'm gonna get Uber to the patent office right next to my house. And then I'm gonna get this ready.
Do they got a patent office inside my Walmart?
Because of these faggots.
God damn it! I was just gonna make that joke.
When was the first time anyone in this audience ever heard the specific phrase digital panhandling?
Probably when I said it about you. I would guess. I would say it was right around the time where I said he might as well move to the Florida Panhandle because he is such a digital panhandler. I believe the first term we used was e-waitress. I have a feeling of all the times I've made the panhandle joke, this one might have come up at some point. Mersh thinks by the way, here's what I would like. I would like a time machine to travel time to find one instance of Mersh ever saying this phrase I've never heard him say before. He seems to think he invented this. Let me be clear, Mersh, it doesn't matter. Cumia didn't invent it. You didn't invent it. This idea, you're about to hear, this is so funny. When I was watching Ethan Ralph's stream about me and Ethan Van Sciver, he got mad because at the beginning of it, I start going, stop it. I'm not going to sit here through all of your fucking super chats. It's so annoying. This grifting, this panhandle. It's me talking about it. And Ethan's like, well, he's making fun of the way I make my living. I'm going to skip past this. Which fine. I get it. You want people to send in the super chat. So of course you're going to skip that. But how many times, even just this week, have you heard me saying that all of these things, I just did it in that video we were just playing. This is not a show. This is a stream. There's a difference in it. And the difference is you do it for money. And this is exactly what I was saying for Ethan Van Sciver, is you're not making a show, you're grifting. It's just a grift. And now that he's on the radio, Anthony Cumia thinks he's got something to say about it. Never said it before. Literally was running a podcast.
Groveling. It's begging. It's no different than when you walk down the street in New York City and see a bum sitting on the sidewalk with a sign
He said bum.
and a plate, and they just want you to give them money.
Jesse?
They're begging.
Huh? Oh, don't worry about it.
What are they offering you? Nothing. Maybe they can't offer you anything. I don't know. I've seen some people in Times Square. They hit a spackle bucket, play a little tune.
See that, Jim? I'm that guy.
You're the guy with the spackle bucket? That's not.
The busker.
By the way, you don't know what a spackle bucket is, number one. We could probably send you some with a thing of concrete. Number two, you don't do that even. And those guys blow. Everybody hates the dudes in Times Square. Like he's making fun of podcasters by saying that they're lower than this. Being that guy also who's not good. You don't want to be like, yeah, I'm that guy. I'm the stinky Mexican in an Elmo costume. Trying to take a
Mercer's dressed in
photo.
a dirty Spider-Man costume, and you get to take a picture with him.
Yes, and he like strong arms a child into giving him a tip.
Dude, you think you're cool? Today, somebody stepped over me on their way to work and complained about me when he got to work because he had to step over me. This
Right.
fucking bum on the road.
Dude, I'm making waves. I'm sort of the
Make a
wave.
way.
I'm the wave in the sidewalk. People are stepping over me.
They jump
I'm the spackle bucket.
around and do flips, or they're dressed like Elmo. They're giving you something, whether you want it or not, whether
Not-
it's good, whether you're averting your eyes, like in the case of Sandy Kane, is a whole nother story. But they're giving something in return of your charity, your donation, whatever you want to call it. The bum,
Glug.
the panhandler.
Now, of course, a normal like if Mersh wasn't a lol cow, and we know he is a lol cow because,
I'm a lol cow.
and also because we got a brand new one here, guys. Check this out.
Mersh is a lol cow. Mersh is a lol cow.
So if he were not a lolcow, he would be watching this and he would be wincing. He'd be going, he's talking about me. Ow, 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 ow. He thinks that this doesn't apply to him. And then immediately after this clip, you'll see that it in fact does.
Is just sitting there. And by their very nature of being a lazy bum or a mental patient.
When he said just sitting there, I looked at Mersh.
Yep.
Guess what?
Yeah, he was just fucking sitting there. He even, when he said that, Mersh looked over like, can he see me? He was like, this.
This is like an exercise in self-unawareness that's never been done.
All of a sudden, Mersh had the Aaron Imholt demon over here, and he checks over there. He's like, is that Anthony Cumia watching me right now?
That's all they're doing. And they expect you to
He buries a lot of people in this.
throw money.
You are like the top. You're at the bottom of the mass grave here, okay? You were the first guy thrown in.
At them for just that. Well, podcasting has become that.
Become?
Digital panhandling.
Every time he says, aren't you ready for him to say litter? Digital.
Yes.
Digital bums sitting there doing
almost sounds
nothing,
like he's trying
supplying
not to
nothing,
say
giving you nothing, and just expecting.
Cumia should be sitting there going,
I know.
honestly, after the week I've had, so many shows have been covering me. I say shows, streams have been covering me. And I should just, every show from now on, just in case someone ever wants to cover it, I should just go, oh, and by the way, just out of nowhere, apropos of nothing, this guy's a fucking gay guy! And then, sorry, I got to do it for the StreamYard people too. What the fuck? How did 5 different little get in here? They're always over there on StreamYard. There we go. And that covers everything. You should just do that from now on.
You to deal out your little super chat change. Here you go, old timer.
Now, I guess
Called
he's
Old timer?
Well, I think he's talking about this Kevin Brennan guy that Mersh was just playing. And I only assume that because Kevin Brennan, I had no idea. He looks like a reanimated fucking corpse at this point. It looks like somebody did, last second brain surgery on him as like a Hail Mary to bring him back to life. Some sort of Frankensteinian style reanimation project was done on his head. And so I guess he's calling him an old man. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, that's what it all is. That's all the super chat is.
Hit the road.
And Ethan Ralph, when he was mad at me for saying this, he was like, doesn't Jesse take super chats? I'm sure. In fact, I'm positive. And then slowly he's like, oh, wait, no, he's got that pizza fund. I complimented him on that. And it's like, yeah, man. And listen, not everybody could do that. Not everybody could have a paywall. Maybe super chats make sense for some people. That's fine. Just make sure you inform the audience that what you do is a stream and not a podcast, not a show. What you're doing is streaming. In fact, just call it a grift. Maybe that should just be what the word is from now on. When people say grifter, it's the same way they used to say streamer or podcaster. Hey, look, he's a grifter. That's my job. Oh, what do I do for a living? I'm a grifter. What can you do?
God damn it, Doom.
Doom! Find God! Find God!
God damn it, Doom. You quit that. It's not happening for the last freaking time.